Qhenomenology, Qhenomenology. The Qhenomenology, if you search in Google the Qhenomenology, then you will see, Google will say that Qhenomenology with a Q is a novel artificial intelligence reasoning system and a philosophical framework proposed by Sanjoy Nath. It is distinct from the traditional philosophical term phenomenology and aims to move beyond statistical AI by using a structured, symbolic, and axiomatic approach to language and thought. Axiomatic approach to language and thought. This is important. Key concept: the closure principle. The system enforces a strict rule that all definitions must eventually resolve to a set of irreducible foundational concepts, creating a self-contained structure. I should explain it. Suppose in the algebraic structure, when we define plus, minus into divide, the minus is inverse of plus, division is inverse of multiplication, and when we add two real numbers, we get a real number. When we subtract a real number from another real number, we get a real number. When we multiply two real numbers, we get another real number. When we divide one real number with another real number, we get another real number. This kind of property is called closure principle. Now I will discuss the same kind of concept with the dictionary words. In the dictionary, we can see that there are two columns. On the first column, there are unique words. These unique words are the total dictionary listing, where you can say that for any language, all the words are present in a dictionary. Means on the first column of the dictionary will always closed, because all the words present there currently are obviously present there on the right hand side also. If some word someday come in future, that word is not present on the left hand column, on the first column, and that word is also not present on the second column, where the meaning column. I think you have understood that the first column of the dictionary is a list of the words, list of the unique words, and the second column of the dictionary always use the words present in the first column every time, and up to today. If there is any word present on the right hand side and which word is not present on the left hand side, that kind of condition is called the non-closure. But if on the second column, that means in the meaning column, if the words which are present there on the second column, all the words are somewhere or somehow surely present on the first column of the dictionary, then this system is called the closure principle. That means the dictionary is a closed system when we are standing today. Now, the interesting question starts here is that when we have the whole dictionary at our hand, then no legal case is writable with any kind of word which is not present in the dictionary. We cannot write any newspaper article, we cannot write any story with the words which are meaningful but not present in dictionary. That kind of scenario never happens, because either you are trying to say something gibberish or non-meaningful, or for joke, or for some other cases. That is a different kind of thing. But for any meaningful real daily life work, you cannot expect that you will talk the things with the vocabulary which is not present in the dictionary in the whole world. So this kind of scenario is called the closure principle. Whatever you do, you have to use the words which are present in the complete dictionary which is present today. This kind of talk is called the closure principle, that is the algebraic closure. Don't confuse it with the epistemic closure. This is about the algebraic closure. So Sanjoy's model of the phenomenology is standing on the algebra-like thinking on the natural principles, on the natural languages. Now, the cued nature is the second important thing in the phenomenology algebraic system, that is the phenomenology reasoning system, where the cued nature is the concepts are arranged in a linear order sequence where each new concept is defined based on previously established ones. I repeat, cued nature means the concepts are arranged in a linear ordered sequence where each new concept is defined based on previously established ones. That means in our dictionary we are very confused. In our current dictionary, where A for apple is the first word and Z for zoo is the last word, that means, can you say with the guarantee that the zoo, the word, came at last? Obviously not. We are seeing the word zoo from at least 200 years, but the word selfie is coming before zoo. Another important question. C for cigarette, F for fire, C comes before fire in the dictionary. Can you say that people are smoking cigarette before they could discover fire? So our dictionary is a illogical arrangement of the words. There is no logic. Lexicographic logic is a different kind of logic where it is the purposefully kept to search the words easily. Finding the words easily is a purpose of type 1, and etymological dictionary will talk something else, and conceptualization dictionary will talk something different. Sanjoy Nath is talking about the conceptual dictionary. That means the order in which the concepts were constructed in humankind, and the ordering of that kind of dictionary is the fundamental challenge in the current scenario, because with the understanding of the nature of our reasoning, we should think that which concept came before which other concept. Until we have this clarity of which kind of concept should come before the other concept, we cannot treat our human languages and human understandings like the objective algebra. We are not talking about the subjective algebra. We are talking about the objective algebra kind of the human reasoning. Phenomenology, Phenomenology, that is the subjective subject, where the human's personal viewpoints are more important. But in algebra or in logic or in any reasoning system, you cannot say that on Monday 3 plus 3 is equal to 11, and on Tuesday 3 plus 3 is equal to 33, and on Wednesday 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. In this way, algebra cannot work. So strictly note that subjectivism is not logic. Subjectivism is illogical. Subjectivism is illogical. That works on dil, that is the heartly things. And for that reason, the legal cases are pending. For that reason, politicians get the upper hand. And for that reason, people never become happy completely, because subjectivity discuss about the facts that on 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 on Monday, and for some people 3 plus 3 is equal to 38 on that same Monday, and some other people's point of view is said that the 3 plus 3 is equal to 687 or 698 on some same Monday. And this kind of subjectivity is the cause of all human problems in the current scenario. Objectivity means objectivity. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 means it is valid every day. It is valid everywhere for every kind of scenarios. To do that, we have to think about the queued nature. Now, several people can talk against this Sanjoy's viewpoint, and Sanjoy's answer is that if today 0 is less than 1 and 1 is less than 2, 2 is less than 3, if this convention is working without adding any carbon footprint, then this is actually saving the carbon footprint. And this is the sustainable development. This convention is doing the sustainable development. For the human reasoning also, if we can make the things objective, then Tariq pe Tariq, we can save that, and we can save lots of petrol there, and we can save lots of the carbon footprint if we can reduce our legal cases to the reasonable cases instead of the plausible subjective cases. That will save our earth better. When two elephants fight, the die is the grasses. In the same way, when two humans fight, the nature suffers. When any human being try to expect more love from other people, then nature suffers. The carbon footprint increases. When a person expects more validation from other human being, that increases the carbon footprint. So it is better for the sustainable development to have an objective reality of the life where every word should have a one-to-one mapping to every concept, and every concept should have the one-to-one mapping to the words, such that our legal cases don't get the additional dates and everything can get solved with the computers within minutes, and that will save our earth more, because some ethical people will say that this subjectivity is actually the better, but that will kill the nature before your case is getting solved. Strictly note that you will win some case in some legal case, but before that the earth will get destroyed and no one will live. Ultimately, to save earth, you have to reduce the Tariq pe Tariq, and ultimately you have to reach to a point where 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 means 3 plus 2, 3 equal to 6 in America, in India, in Bangladesh, everywhere. 3 plus 3 equal to 6 means on Monday 3 plus 3 equal to 6, on Tuesday 3 plus 3 equal to 6, and in this way you can save the earth. Otherwise, humans will win or some other human will lose, but ultimately for every condition the nature will lose and nature will get destroyed before human gets win or lose. Strict note, objectivity can save the world. Subjectivity cannot save the nature. Queued nature is like the numbers. For every concept, for every human words, the words should follow a queued nature like the numbers, and in that way only we can reduce the carbon footprint, and in that way only we can do our actual most optimum sustainable development. Here we can say what is the optimum love to do the sustainable development. This is one of the important questions that can come from Sanjoy Nath'S Qhenomenology reasoning system and Whenomenology reasoning system. We will talk about the Whenomenology reasoning system easily because Google Ngram, Culturomics and all these kind of subjects are already doing their good works. The Google Trends work on the Google Ngram, and we do the market predictivity with these kind of RLC circuits and the analog signal processing on the Google Ngrams. We will talk on that. It's a very vast subject of the Whenomenology. But before understanding Whenomenology, we should understand the Qhenomenology. That is the Qhenomenology. That is the replace P with Q. P means personification, which is going to destroy the world because it is increasing the carbon footprint too much. Until we quantify, until we make the quantitative measurement, like 3 plus 3 equal to 6 means on Monday 3 plus 3 equal to 6, on Tuesday 3 plus 3 equal to 6, on every country, for every religion 3 plus 3 equal to 6, for every point of view 3 plus 3 equal to 6. Until these things are going to happen, then the sustainability is going to become an issue. Now, this cubed nature is the fundamental reasoning apparatus for our number system, the properties of numbers. If we study the properties of number, then the first thing comes is the sequentialness, the sequences, the limits, and the successor function, the predecessor function. N plus 1 is the successor function as a piano arithmetic, and if we go through the Dedekind cards, Cauchy sequences, piano arithmetics, the limits, the continuity, the Weierstrass models, and all these things were done to formalize calculus. I will talk about the formalizing calculus after 3 to 4 minutes, and first let me discuss about these things first. The cubed nature is described here. Now comes the dictionary as the classes. What are these classes? From the Bertrand Russell, and just before Bertrand Russell there was a person called the Gottlob Frege, and who was first discussing about this kind of the grammarliness of our reasoning and reasoningliness about the grammars. What are the grammars? Grammars are the construction rules of our languages such that the things becomes meaningful. Grammars is the arrangement of the words and the arrangements of the concepts, the clustering of the concepts in such a way that can convey some meaning. If we consider that human beings are some machines, if we consider that human beings are some RLC kind of circuits, and every other human being are also RLC kind of circuits, and one circuit is sending some signal and another circuit is understanding that is the language. Language is as per the computer science, what is language? What is language as per the computer science? We should talk here that what is language? Science. It will say in theoretical computer science, a formal language is a precise mathematical concept, and it's a set of strings or the words formed from a finite set of symbols, an alphabet. Finite set of symbols are called alphabets, like 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, F, O, K, K. These are all alphabets, and these finite set of symbols and alphabets defined by a specific rules, a grammar. And this concept abstracts away the meaning, the semantics, to focus on structures, that is the syntax. That means the syntax are the structures and the semantics are the meanings, that what actually work, that is the semantics. And this semantics processing is done within our mind, and the structure, the syntax, is actually the things which is the signal which is transferred from one human being to another human being, you can think, or one machine to another machine. And these are the syntaxes, and allowing the computer scientists to formally study computations, algorithms like the compilers. Yes, here is the thing of the objectivity, that is the algorithms, the compilers, and the complexity, by asking if a given string belongs to a language. Suppose I am talking in Hindi or in English or in Bengali, then the first we have to prepare our mind, that is our mind is in like a RLC circuit, which is getting prepared to accept a certain grammar. In this way, the formalization is the fundamental thing with which we will talk in the Qhenomenology. And in Qhenomenology, we are formalizing our natural languages, and that is the beauty of this reasoning system. Now, the dictionary as the classes. Words in a dictionary are treated as the classes. These are the C++ classes, or the C# classes, or Java classes, whatever. C++ classes, Java classes, C# classes, and these things are the classified objects, and this comes from the type theory of Bertrand Russell. Are the classes with the meanings defined through the structured relationships and instance variables rather than the statistical patterns. Today, the artificial intelligence, the natural language processing, the LLM, the large language models, all are working with the statistical patterns only. I repeat, these artificial intelligence systems are working with the statistical patterns only, and so Google is saying here the phenomenology is to move beyond the statistical AI by using a structured, symbolic, and axiomatic approach to the language of the thought. Axiomatic approach means the Euclidean geometry that you are doing from the class 6 to class 10 maximum. This axiomatic way of reasoning is the Euclid's way of reasoning on the geometry that we are doing, and that is the deductive method, and that is the most scientific way to do the deduction. If we could do the deduction like the left hand side equal to right hand side in the trigonometry problems or in the algebraic problems, that could solve the legal cases, that could solve the Lok Sabha cases, that could solve the parliamentary cases, then that could save the lots of carbon footprints in the world, because we are wasting a lots of convoy petrols, we are wasting a lots of manipulation carbon footprints, we are wasting a lots of political carbon footprints just because of the rallies and the vote banking policies and all such wars. So much bombings and all these things are happening just because of the subjectivity. You have to understand that some country will win, some country will lose, but ultimately the sufferer are the grasses, that is the sufferer are the nature. When elephants fight, sufferer are the grasses. When human beings win or lose, sufferer is the planet. So, to reduce the carbon footprint, the first thing we have to do is to objectify everything. So, the 3 plus 3 6 today for India means 3 plus 3 equal to 6 is today for Bangladesh, for Pakistan, for Europe, for America, for everyone. So, until we can make this kind of declarations and we are trying to follow these kind of rules for everywhere, every day, we are not going to save the planet. Whatever you say, whatever fund you release, whatever politics you do, whoever win, whoever lose, ultimately planet will not remain there to sustain. Strict note, objectivity is the only thing with which we can actually sustain and develop together. Objectivity is the only thing. Subjectivity cannot save Earth. Because Earth is not going to bother about the human ego. Human ego is actually artificial thing. So we have to destroy that first. Otherwise, our planet is not going to bother human beings. Like dinosaurs, we will also get destroyed. If we don't understand right now that subjectivity is the most dangerous carbon footprint increasing factor in the world, we cannot sustain with the subjectivity. We have to remove it from mankind. This is the reason why Q is replacing P, because P is phenomenology, which is promoting subjectivity. Q is cuteness, Q is quantification, Q is the fundamental makeshift from the personification to quantification. So it is phenomenology. Now, dictionary as the classes. The words in a dictionary are treated as the classes with the meanings defined through the structured relationships and instance variables rather than the statistical pattern. You have to understand this in the technical way here, because in the Sanjoy Nath's lecture you are going to get the understanding directly from Sanjoy Nath, and who has conceptualized these things, but Sanjoy Nath has not conceptualized it. It was already there from Bertrand Russell's and Gottlob Frege. Sanjoy Nath is trying to use the Gödel's way of numbering on the formal arithmetic to the natural languages. Obviously, you have to understand this. Sanjoy Nath is not doing something very, very big and novel thing. Sanjoy Nath is just using the formal language deductive systems to the natural languages, just casting the problem to the natural languages, and that can save a lot of carbon footprint in the sustainable development world. Now, while we are writing the programs for the C++ or Java or for C#, we know that we get a lot of the compilation errors. That is natural. Why we get so much natural compilation error? Because we have done some mistakes on some classes, and that class is not compiled. Suppose C1 is the class and which is not compiled, and C2 is dependent on that class C1, and until C1 is getting compiled, you cannot compile class C2, so you are getting 600 errors, and that is the problem of compilation, and that is not the problem, that is the actual reasonably valid condition. Now if we consider that if we want to get a dictionary, suppose we want to get a dictionary where the words are not arranged in A to Z way, that is, the words are not arranged in a lexicographic order. Instead, the words are arranged in this way, the Sanjoy Nath'S PQS-QED order, or if you see that is in the frequency order, that is PQS-QED ordering is, that is the which concept came before which other concept. This is the dictionary that is designed in Sanjoy Nath'S Qhenomenology reasoning system. In Google you will search Sanjoy Nath, and from there you will get the GitHub pages, and in GitHub pages you will get this kind of dictionaries freely downloadable, and from that you can study these things. All these dictionaries are freely available on GitHub pages of Sanjoy Nath. And now if we get the frequency distribution of the international usages of all the words, there are near around 3876322 number of the words that Sanjoy Nath has prepared for last 11 years on the dictionary data mining and on the Google Ngram cross verifications, where Sanjoy Nath has written several C# programs to get this kind of tree data, where you can see that the word THE is very highly used word. Then the second rank comes is a, then comes of, then comes to, and, in, or. These are very primitive words and primitive concepts with which the humankind is constructing their grammar. And the next level verifications are also going on, where several data on the Twitters and the Facebooks and all these data are under the mining process, and the processor is running for near around 3 months, and Sanjoy Nath is working on that, because Sanjoy Nath is not having the supercomputer of that kind of things, so that we can complete it in the very small time. But okay, these databases are already prepared and these are shared. These PQS QED things you will get, and you can get this kind of things if you search here in the Google with say Sanjoy Nath, and there if you find this GitHub page, and you will obviously find this, and there you will see the PQS QED in the left hand side in the first, and here you will get all the freely downloadable databases, and all these databases are already there. From here we can read it like this: the PQS QED Qhenomenology Godalizing Society, that is a dream, that is Godel Cohen cycle, and Godel tried to formalize the deductive systems, challenging Hilbert's formalization models, and I will discuss just within 5 to 6 minutes within the formalization systems. No polysemy world is a Sanjoy Nath's dream. The polysemy means one word can have multiple meanings, and multiple meanings, same meaning can have the multiple words. This kind of concept is called the polysemy, and one word is talking about the multiple concepts. It's a very big problem in the calculus. You cannot have the same function can have the multiple answers in different days, and that is not allowed. And if that is there, then you cannot do calculus. Actually, Newton will fail, Leibniz will also fail, and every calculus systems will fail, and every computer science will fail if that kind of things happen. And that is the biggest reason. The subjectivity is the biggest reason behind all the planet destroying systems. No polysemy world is a C# project, and the whole dictionary is considered into a C# class structures, and you will get all the classes here on the first 3 RAR files here. Here you will get the RAR files, and you will get the C# codes also, and from there you will understand that these are the Godalizing Society RAR files, and from there you can understand that where we are standing and how can we get this kind of understanding of the dependency chains of the classes of the words. And in this way you will get the batch files to compile the classes, and the hierarchical databases. The databases that I am showing here, these databases are constructed with the codes already shared here, and so nothing is hidden. You can also do the experiments, you can write your own Python codes also, and with that you can do better understanding than Sanjoy Nath. And it's open thing, and it's the open forum where you can discuss. It's the open sources, and you can take those data. The dictionaries are also open, and with those you can make the better reasoning systems. Obviously, you are always welcome. Now, this is constructed into a C# class structures to understand the concrete compilation order of classes. This concrete compilation order is the number system on the natural languages. And this is the project to prepare a new kind of mathematical logic on the natural languages to understand how the concepts ordering are done. How the concepts ordering are done. Like when you are asking to write the numbers, then if we say that write all the numbers from 300 to 600, anyone can write 300, 301, 302. In this way, anyone can write the numbers one after another. But why can't people write the order of the words which are the just next concept, just next word, which human being thought while these words were originated in the mankind? Why can't human being do that? Because mankind never thought in this direction for last 6,000 years. This project is the first endeavor to prepare the orderliness, the queuedness of the concept construction protocols. So here, the thing is that this is the project to prepare a new kind of mathematical logic on the natural languages to understand how the concepts ordering are done. Qhenomenology and Whenomenology are new philosophical lens. The Sanjoy Nath putting Gödel numbers on natural languages, words, axiom 1. All words are concepts and all concepts are words. All concepts are unique and has unique class names assigned to that, and you can download those classes from here. All the C# classes are well shared here, and you can download all those things. Now, has unique classes names assigned to that, and concrete compilation order of classes defines the unique queued nature of the concept formations in the society. You can download the project, you can try to compile it with the Roslyn or with the C# project compiler codes, and then you will get lots of error messages. That error message is the main interesting thing here, and the error message, it will show that this word is defined before that word, and that is the thing with which you can play all legal cases, with which you can play all the parliamentary cases. With those things you can talk reasonably with anyone, whoever is coming here to talk about the subjectivity. You can say your subjectivity is just a nonsense, because with the subjectivity you are ultimately increasing the carbon footprint and you are not solving any problems in the mankind. So first of all you have to ask which concept came before which other, and now your ego is trying to destroy the planet, so we are not going to tolerate that. This subject is talking about that kind of depth of understanding about the human reasonability to save the planet. Now comes the concrete compilation ordering of the classes defines the unique queued nature of the concepts formation in the society. The axiom 2, no one use the different words to represent the same concept. Axiom 2, it says that no polysemy world, that is, the no polysemy is allowed in a formally matured society where no one use same word to represent different concepts. No one use different words to represent same concept. So all concepts are placed uniquely on the number line, Dedekind like real number line, and the words formation represents the concept formation, and which has strict unique sequence of the concepts formation. So queued nature of the concepts formation is strict. Axiom 3, the source code repository shows the class structures of the queued constructions of the word dependency and the process of model the Qhenomenology reasoning system, and which is to assign unique Gödel number like things to every concept, and concrete compilation order of these classes determines the dependency of the concepts. Anyone can say any lie, but how will you catch that lie? Just do the numbering and make the deductive follow like algebra, and like algebra you can solve any legal cases if you consider that our subjectivity is destroying the earth. Note it. When the elephants fight, the sufferer are the grasses. When humans fight, whoever the win, sufferer is the planet. Try to understand that first. So our human language and the objectivity with the human language, like numbers, can save earth, and human being can develop sustainably. So reducing carbon footprint, human being can win, and nature also get benefited. Note it. It is very easy to do. It's very easy to implement. Only leave your ego and follow the system of reasoning. Sanjoy Nath calls for a radical rethinking of how humans understand thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. He argues that for the thousands of years we have been carrying invisible burdens, inherited stories, inherited myths, inherited values, and inherited concepts, and that silently shape our behavior. And these mental relics act like thieves, and they steal clarity from human mind. They still leave us trapped in the illusions, and we end up honoring outdated systems and ideas without realizing any of these ideas. To break free, Nath introduces two reasoning frameworks: the Qhenomenology reasoning framework (Qrs) and Whenomenology reasoning framework (Wrs). And Whenomenology reasoning frameworks is already started implemented from the Google Ngram, from the culturomics, and you can see that from 2008 onwards these kind of studies are very active in the world. And Whenomenology is little different because Whenomenology is tied up with the Qhenomenology, and it's like the algebra, it's not the statistical system. Qhenomenology is a structural necessity analysis. A recursive system of reasoning examines the necessity of every concept behind every word. This Qhenomenology goes beyond dictionary meaning or etymology, and Qhenomenology asks why this any word exists at all. What is the necessity of any word if that is not adding any reasoning value for any of our discussion? So we have to put the reasoning value, reasonability value for every word, if that is present in there in any legal discussion or in any kind of contentions in human world, in any kind of economic discussions, or in any kind of parliamentary discussion, in any kind of political or social discussions. We have to have the reasonability value for every word that we are using, and that can reduce the carbon footprint drastically. Now comes the cognitive baggage. This Qhenomenology compares the necessity of concepts across languages and to reveal the hidden emotional, hidden social, and hidden cognitive baggages. There are several hidden emotional baggages that human beings carry. There are lots of hidden social baggages that human beings carry. There are lots of human cognitive baggages that human carry, and those are all unnecessary baggages, and all these baggages are increasing the carbon footprint, and that is destroying our growth, that is destroying our sustainability. So strict note, this subject is very important to talk about these sustainable development issues. You have to understand this. I will continue in our next video.